stop me if you have any questions. I will say also, I am a certified health coach. I don't practice, but a lot of some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about is about diet, lifestyle, things like that. Well, from my training and about that too. So. Cool. So, not all inflammation is bad. I think there's a big connotation that inflammation is bad, it's terrible. But acute inflammation is actually helpful, right? That's how your body heals itself. So, for me, I had surgery 2 weeks ago, right? So my body's working really hard to try to increase inflammation to help heal the areas. But the problem is, when you start having chronic inflammation in your day-to-day life, it can start to build up and damage your body. So some early warning signs, right, are fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, and then of course, ultimately disease. So I don't want you to think that it's all bad, but we're going to talk about bad stuff today. So stress. Chris and I were just laughing about this. We all have stress, right? We are all constantly worrying about balancing work, being an entrepreneur, your family life. So it is just a byproduct of life. So how can we help manage it, right, in our day-to-day life? I'm sure you guys have heard cortisol before, but raise your hand if you know what it is. Okay. So cortisol is a stress hormone that is produced by your adrenals, right? It's a natural part of your body. It regulates blood sugar levels, metabolism, inflammation, and your response to stress. But if you are chronically full of cortisol, it is going to disrupt your hormones, your sleep, and your gut health. So your body is constantly staying in this fight or flight because it can't catch up, and it doesn't allow your body to actually heal, which ultimately increases inflammation. So cortisol is not necessarily a bad thing, but we're going to walk through a couple ways to help with that as well. So these are the everyday things that are fueling inflammation. Poor sleep, blood sugar crashes, toxins in everyday life, right? That can be cleaning products, that can be scented things, laundry detergent, cleaning supplies, mental overload, being stressed out, inactivity. So if you sit down all day, or if you don't walk or use your feet, that can help also increase inflammation. Dehydration, processed foods, so anything that has 27 ingredients that really should just be 2, that's a processed food, right? The U.S. is really bad about that. So reading your food labels, making sure that everything you're eating is minimal ingredients, right? It's coming from a natural place as much as we can. And then blue light and screens. I am so guilty of this one. Being in your phone, computer all day, especially at nighttime, can really trigger your body to stay more awake and increase that cortisol. So these are some signs that your body is inflamed, right? Fatigue, brain fog, skin issues, bloating, mood swings, poor sleep, headaches, joint stiffness. And all of these things on their own, you can probably just say, oh yeah, I'm getting older. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I don't move as well. I just feel bloated. Maybe I have eczema or psoriasis, or I get migraines, right? That's all a systematic response to something in your life. So we're going to kind of run through a couple of ways to help with that. So the cost of ignoring it, right? Inflammation, cellular aging. I told Mike I was getting old when I walked in. He's like, no, you're getting older. I'm like, yeah, but we all are, right? Like, it doesn't even get to feel that way. So inflammation can speed up that aging process in your body and maybe make you feel older than you are or should be. And you can really say age is just a number, not how you feel. It also weakens your immune response. So I was just telling Krista, I want to come see her. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a cold. My immune system is suppressed because my body's been working hard to repair my shoulder. So anything you can do to help increase your immune system helps with the inflammation as well. And inflammation, they have said, is the root cause of all disease, right? Cancer, any other more systemic, autoimmune type issues all stem from inflammation as well. So these are some things we're gonna jump through. I told you all that. That sucks. Okay, we're done. Bye. Good luck. So let's talk about the ways that you can maybe do some super simple tips and tricks in your everyday life to help reduce inflammation. So we're going to run through these. Morning sunlight. How many of you guys walk outside right when you get up? No, right when you get up? Right when you wake up. Yep. Before you put on sunscreen. Yep.
My dog.
So morning sunlight is super valuable. It helps regulate your circadian rhythm in your body, which is your internal clock, right? So you wake up, you go outside, you hit sunlight, your body's like, great, it's time to be awake now, right? So helping your body regulate with a clock using the sun is ultimately going to help your sleep quality, your mood, your alertness throughout the day, and your better cognitive function. So this is going to be your brain fog, being tired at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and also boosting vitamin D. 70% of the U.S. population is vitamin D deficient in some way.
How long do you need to be outside?
Just like 10 minutes.
You have to be doing something or just sitting outside? Or?
No, just in the sun. If you want to get a little more crunchy, you can take off your shoes and stand in the grass. That will help your body, it grounds your body. You can feel the soil under your feet. We don't really have a beach here, but walking in the sand, getting in the sun is also really helpful.
What if, this is a silly question, if it's cloudy or your property it doesn't really get morning sun?
It doesn't matter. It's not going to be as, the direct sunlight's really helpful, but just being outside and being awake is helpful. So any sort of exposure is probably nothing. The other thing too, because I always put sunscreen on my face in the morning, so for the day, I try to do it before I put on sunscreen just to help, because that's going to repel this infection. Any other questions? Cool. All right, we're going to do a little breathwork exercise. So breathwork and meditation, and Amy, feel free to chime in, but it's something that for me, I'm very type A. I'm very I gotta get through my list, I gotta move on. So reminding myself to take a beat and breathe correctly, right? To help regulate your body, calm you down a little bit instead of just being go all the time. This is a very simple breathwork exercise. You just place your hands, it's to help, it's called belly breathing, but to help breathe through your diaphragm instead of your chest, right? So one hand on your chest, the other one on your abdomen, out, below your ribs, and inhale deeply through your nose. But when you inhale, really allow your stomach to expand, right? So you don't want to breathe at the top of your chest. You really want to feel your stomach expand. Remain still and then exhale slowly through your mouth and pull your stomach inward to help your body exhale everything. Go try. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, breathe in.
Which one made it just
And out. Through your mouth. So as you consciously do this, even 3 to 5 times, you'll notice your whole body will just kind of relax, right? And it's really a great tool to use throughout the day if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, if you're running in circles. It's a great way to just kind of ground yourself. So the benefits, so the science part of it, this stimulates the vagus nerve, which is at the top of your spinal cord. That's a very important part of your body. We're going to talk about it a little more in cryotherapy when we go into it, but this helps regulate your parasympathetic nervous system. So this is the rest and digest state. So trying to get your body out of the hyper overdrive, right? So this helps reduce your stress and boost your anti-inflammatory response. So any questions? I feel like it's a pretty easy way to do it. You can do it in your car, you can do it at your office, you can do it in the bathroom. No one has to see you. But just a nice way to take a conscious minute to yourself. So anti-inflammatory foods and blood sugar control. Our diet is one of the most important things when we talk about longevity and inflammation, right? Your gut is the most important part of your body when we're talking about inflammation. So keeping it happy and moving things throughout your body, nutrient-dense food. These are just some examples. So berries and citrus fruits are going to be your highest anti-inflammatory fruits. Fish, avocados, your green vegetables, green tea, turmeric, olive oil, nuts and seeds. Pomegranate juice is really good as well. But the other thing that I've actually spent a lot of time, researching for myself, because I used to eat a very anti-inflammatory diet, right? I have really high cholesterol that I inherited from my dad. And immediately they just want to slap me with statins, right? As soon as you turn 21. So I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I really focused on more of a paleo anti-inflammatory focus for my diet, which definitely helped regulate. But even more than that, prioritizing fiber in every meal helps regulate your blood sugar spikes. So if you can eat a meal with protein, fat, good fat, and fiber, it's going to help you feel fuller longer and not eat as much, right? So when you eat something that's a high carb and you don't have a fiber to balance it out, it's going to spike your blood sugar. And every time you do that, that's going to contribute to the inflammation. So it's better to eat, unless you're diabetic or, I'm not giving health advice, but if you can minimize snacking and eat 3 meals a day that are higher quality, more nutrient dense with the fiber, the fat, and the protein, it's going to help regulate your blood sugar. And so for me, moving from like 5 meals a day to 3, I was able to significantly lower my A1C, which is my blood glucose, which is very important part of the cholesterol equation. So that's just something that I did a lot. I could change a lot. I lost a lot of weight once I started doing it. And even fasting in the morning, if that's something that's easy for you to do to help so you don't snack. But one of the worst things you can do in the morning is grab a muffin, a donut, a bagel without anything else. Because that's really going to send your glucose high. Any questions about that? Hydration. We all know water is important, but it really does help manage and reduce inflammation in the body. So this is going to help your body remove toxins, lubricate your joints, support all of your bodily functions, and help your body heal. So help with the inflammatory response. Being dehydrated, it's not great. But in addition to water, right? Hydration is important, water is important, but also electrolytes and minerals in your water helps your body really absorb the hydration more than just drinking water. Yeah, I'm going to see Krista. Get hydrated. Yeah, so IVs are a really great tool for hydration as well. You probably speak better to it, but your body absorbs more when it goes into your veins versus when you drink it. Vitamins, minerals, and even the hydration too. Right?
Yes.
For sure. All right, movement. This is a little nerdy, but TLDR, move your body. Moving your body helps regulate anti-inflammatory molecules and helps reduce your inflammatory markers. But I do want to talk a little bit about movement because if you are only doing high intensity exercise, like zone 3, zone 4 cardio all the time, it's really going to stress your body out. So lifting weights helps your body, increasing muscle mass, can help with insulin sensitivity, regulate blood sugar, and even just walking is so valuable to your health. So when you think workout, it doesn't have to be a 45-minute cycling class. It doesn't have to be CrossFit. It can be. But lifting weights, even if it's 2 to 3 times a week, is really going to help your body build that muscle mass and help reduce the inflammation in your body. Sleep, this is a big one. So the sleep is the only time your body can actually restore and recover. So getting not only a significant amount of sleep, but quality sleep, so sorry, is very important as well. When your body is more inflamed, you will notice you probably don't sleep as well. And you might not even realize that's why. But if you wake up between 2 and 3 a.m., that's a sign that your body is out of whack. So if that is something, and that's something as we age as well, you start not being able to fall asleep, not being able to stay asleep, or you wake up early, you can go back to sleep. Those are all inflammation markers that we should just be aware of as well.
If you don't go to bed.
That's a problem. Depends on what time you get up. You said what if you don't go to bed till 2?
What is the normal time, hours a person should get on average?
It depends. I mean, they say 7 to 9. There's an app actually that I use called Rise Sleep, and it does connect with your Apple Watch, or if you do a Oura Ring or any of that kind of stuff. But everybody's different. Like my husband is a crazy person, and he can get 4 or 5 hours and like be totally fine. And if he sleeps more than that, he's actually more tired.
I get that way, yeah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Rarely happens, but I get that way.
Yeah. So I think it's just.
On the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important just to pay attention to your body and see like, okay, I'm gonna sleep 7 hours. How do I feel, right? My husband will go to bed. We go to bed early because we have a 3-year-old, but he'll get up at 3 or 4 in the morning and go to the gym. And he wakes up naturally, and then he stays awake, which is insane. All right, I'll take a 9-hour. He also cries without music on. I'm like, are you a serial killer? Did I? Who are you? I'm jealous, actually. I wish I didn't get as much sleep. But women do need more sleep than men usually. I'm not sure why, but they do. So we're smarter.
That's what it is, that's for sure.
So, reducing screen time. Again, I'm really bad about this. I'm checking emails and responding to emails in my bed right before I go to sleep. Not good. Blue light, which is TVs, computers, cell phone, this is really going to hinder your sleep patterns and throughout the night. So what I've been trying to do is I put my phone away an hour before bed, put it on Do Not Disturb so I'm not even seeing anything coming in, and then looking at some sort of pre-bedtime routine right now. For me, it's magnesium, taking supplements to just kind of relax my body so that I'm inviting to sleep. And I do listen to podcasts before I go to sleep, just to kind of I'm one of those where my head's spinning constantly. So listening to something else kind of helps me relax. A tech-free bedroom, I don't think I can do that, but if you can, good for you.
iPhone has a night shift option.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Mm-hmm.
And you can configure it to turn on automatically when at 8 o'clock. It shifts the color palette that the phone uses, and it makes it look kind of, to me, it looks a little more orange.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to reduce the color.
Yeah. And the blue light
It doesn't
glasses.
make the phone any less functional, it's fine, it works fine. It's
Yeah.
well after 8 o'clock.
And they do make blue light blocker glasses. I actually wear them at work. But they just look like regular glasses. They don't look all, I associate it with like movie sunglasses, but they look like regular glasses, so they're not too expensive either. So those are great. All right, cryotherapy time. people that are in our chapter, for those of y'all that are in the chapter, I'm sorry, we're going to talk about it again. But cryotherapy is a 3-minute treatment. It was started in Japan as a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. It helps your body systemically flush out inflammation. So it has multiple benefits, pain management, increasing your metabolic rate, skin health as well. So if you have eczema, psoriasis, any sort of skin condition, it can help manage that as well. Like we talked about earlier, the root cause of any skin condition, autoimmune disease, arthritis, is inflammation. So cryotherapy is a great tool, or any cold therapy. If you like to get in a cold tub of water, good for you. I do not. Cryo is 3 minutes, completely dry. It's easier to fit into your day. We have a lot of people that come in at lunch and they're in and out in 10 minutes. Super quick. It does help you sleep better. You're going to get a deeper quality sleep when you do it. And it's also going to help relieve your body of stress. So it does help activate parasympathetic activation, which helps keep your brain sharp. It can help with ADD, ADHD, depression, anxiety as well. And then athletic recovery, of course. So that's kind of the umbrella that everyone associates cryo with in the U.S. because Nike brought cryo to the U.S. in the 2000s. But at the root of it, it was a technology invented for arthritis. So it does have pain management as well as athletic recovery as well. All right, so what's one shift that we can all make this week to try and reduce inflammation? You don't have to say it out loud, but 21 days to make a habit is what we all hear, right? So don't get too overwhelmed, right? Healing is not about perfection, it's about awareness and just being aware of I should probably put my phone away, or maybe I do need to take a minute and breathe in. But don't try to do all of them in 1 week. You're not going to do it. You're going to burn out, and then you're going to give up. So maybe try to pick 1 or 2 and focus on. And that can help build those habits over time. So, any other questions? That's it.
So what is the cryo when you give it I don't know what.
Yeah,
what
so
it looks like.
it is. It looks like a walk-in refrigerator.
Freezer.
Yeah.
Looks like a walk-in freezer.
I'm not trying to scare the man. No.
It's not scary. You're
it's
just naked and dancing.
It's negative 140 to negative
We're
190
naked and dancing?
Mostly naked.
So
You've got socks though.
you have
You've got socks.
we give you socks, gloves, ear protection. We give you a nice comfy robe to get in the machine with. You take that off when you're inside. We also give you headphones and you can pick out what music you want to listen to for this 3 minutes. So it goes by pretty fast. It's not painful. And when you get out, you get a huge endorphin rush. You just feel, I just feel like I did one of those breathwork exercises when I get out. Your body is just kind of like, ooh, okay. And you take that, it's also a mental challenge. So you get, if you ever do something mentally challenging and you come out on the other side, you get a rush. You're like, yeah, I just did that, right? So for me, I do it for anxiety and depression as well, injury recovery. But I was an athlete in high school and college, and we didn't have this. We had cold tubs, which is miserable. So